What's up, guys? It is Saturday, January 4th, and this is our third session in a row here in Detroit, Michigan. I think today we are going to go check out Motor City and see if our luck changes up over there. I've been there a few times. I think there's separate player pool from my understanding of talking to some of the players at MGM. So we'll go there and check out what the player pool is like over there. Ready? Let's go. So the topic for contemplation today is the breath, and particularly mindfulness of the breath, which is actually a form of meditation practice. But luckily for poker players, we don't have to always set aside time to practice this meditation. We can actually practice at the poker table. So the breath is the very foundation for mindfulness, because through mindfulness of your breath, being aware of your breath, you develop focus. Through focus, you develop concentration, and through concentration, you develop mindfulness. So these are all stepping stones. It's not like you get mindfulness in one day, and there's no goal or end goal. You just get better and get stronger as you practice more, which is what we said yesterday. You need to iterate. So it's not very hard to get started. So what I suggest to players is, when you have every cycle of every hand is a new cycle, a new opportunity for you to reset yourself, to get started. So one iteration is awareness of one cycle of breath, one in, one out. So you start with that, and then you try to focus on how many iterations you can be aware of before you lose focus and you start thinking again. So every hand gives you an opportunity to stop thinking, to reset your mind, and to iterate on the mindfulness of breath. And then while you happen to be doing that, luckily you could also be observing the table, and then you'll be more mindful of what's going on at the table. Naturally, you can't be doing any of this if you are talking or if you are on your phone, because you cannot be an observer and a doer at the same time. And when your goal is to be an observer, which is pretty much poker, the game of observation. So my suggestion is, every hand, start with a cycle of breath, be aware of it. That's all you gotta do, and watch how many cycles you can be aware of, how many times you can cycle before you start thinking. And of course, the very first thought that will come to your mind is that to not think, which is difficult, but that's how thoughts manifest themselves. And then once you start seeing this, you can start being aware of your thoughts and where they manifest from and the origination of it. And then, because thought leads to emotions, and emotions is what is the identify each of us. So that's the contemplation for today. We'll touch on some more details of it later, but I hope you enjoy the content. And this is our last session in Detroit. Let's rock it. going on, guys? So we didn't have another good session. Things didn't go well. So I'm gonna wrap it up early because I'm feeling like I'm coming down with a bug, and just gonna call it quits for Michigan for now. That's it. See you guys back in Dallas.